All right, guys, here we are. We are, let me see what my address is here. 2-story brick base for the siding, 2-car garage, side entry. Let me figure out what my address is here. It is 9750. Again, pretty typical house in this neighborhood. So very similar styling, sidewalks, above ground utilities. This has got that neat little white fence. Roof looks pretty decent from the ground. I can't lay claim to much else. It does look like it has hurricane shutters or had hurricane shutters. The AC was replaced in 2017. It's got a sticker on it that tells me that. That's the reason I know that. Good sized backyard, not huge, not small, right in the middle. So, siding looks to be intact. Windows all look to be intact. Fencing looks decent. Concrete's a little messy right here, but that's pretty cosmetic. Again, quiet neighborhood. This has been quiet since I've been here. Got a little bit of trim there down. That shutter there, looks like the shutters are coming kind of loose. But overall, I mean, outside looks pretty tight. Tile as you come in, there's not gonna be any power here, so double pane windows, tilt-in sash. They are vinyl, so decent. They don't appear to be hurricane rated, but they are decent windows, looks like. Wood burning fireplace, not gas. Looks like we have a bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, little dining area upstairs, obviously. So, little bathroom. Again, sorry, there's no power here. So, I got a little flashlight with me. I can shine in some of the dark spots, but ceilings look like they're decent. At some point in time, it looks like they had a leak there. It looks a little discolored in this area here also. Small walk-in closet, good size, but not too big. Carpeting is definitely trashed. Definitely looks like a redo on the carpet. Again, small linen. This is tile. Looks like they tiled that and this. It's the best looking mirror I've ever seen of myself. The floor here in the shower is a little wavy. It's not real smooth. So I'm not sure how they did this. I don't know that it's wrong, but it is definitely, I stepped in it because I was concerned that and you're probably not going to be able to see it in this video, but it's kind of, the floor does that number. They might have poured it in concrete and just not been smooth. So here's that one. All right. And that ceiling is lower. This ceiling is lower than this ceiling. So the ceiling here, it's not as, it's just different height-wise. I'm assuming that's just for the plumbing purposes. Either HVAC or little linen. There's a little roach on the floor there. The ceiling there kind of dips for the floor, for the stairs. Kitchen, eat-in dining area. There's no cabinet doors. That's kind of apparently a thing there. It must have been a trendy thing that they were doing. These are like a quartz or like a granite, but I can't identify which one that is. But it's a solid stone. Appliances look like they're here, and they don't look like they've been abused. They don't look terrible. So those still look okay. It looks a little dirty, but not terrible. Garage is dark, but gas hot water heater, electrical panel outside to that patio. Pull downstairs obviously does have a garage door opener, washer, dryer in these two spots. This is your air conditioner, which has a sticker on it for 12.4 of 17. Carrier, looks like a nice unit, as long as it works. It's gas. So your gas lines here, your fresh air intake. So anyway, all right, going upstairs. There are some, and you can kind of see on the walls, they beat some stuff up. I'm sure on their move out. When they were moving out, they probably beat some stuff up. There's no handrails here either, so no handrails on either. Carpeting is decent on the stairs, but not ideal. So, start right here, bedroom. Some sheetrock maladies, not terrible, but plumbing for your bathroom. Stairway going back down. Kind of a upstairs living room, playroom, pool room, something of that nature. This is the back side of that bathroom where that, the back side of this tub. So missing a towel holder there, nothing crazy. Little linen, I'm assuming, behind our door. Tile on the floor, which looks good. And then the vanity looks fine. Paint, mostly looks like paint and flooring. I don't see a lot of stuff wrong here. It looks like these windows may have fogged. So you may have lost the seals in these windows. The roof, even from this angle, looks pretty decent. We'd have to look up the permits to see what age the roof is. Again, little walk-in closet, not too bad. Missing the globe. So far though, I'm not seeing anything crazy major in this one. Oop, we already went here. Little stain on the floor right there. But other than that, the carpet looks decent. This carpet looks like it's got a lot of burn spots and some paint. So, missing the curtain rod over there. Most of the rooms have the ceiling fans still in them, so that's good. Overall, this one looks pretty tight. Scuttle going into the attic in this bedroom. And there is a strange window there. I'm not sure what that's about. This might have been open and they decided they didn't like it because the sound was coming downstairs, maybe. Or maybe the sound from downstairs was coming up. And these were kids' bedroom or something. Maybe a little crack right there in the popcorn. And you can see that line run straight this way and straight that way. It's probably a sheetrock line. Can't say that for sure, but that's what I would guess that it is. Again, houses are pretty typical. This house doesn't stand out. Again, paint, fix sheetrock. I don't see a lot of work that needs to be done. That window right there, the seal's busted on it. So that would, if you didn't like that, you'd have to have that fixed. Again, a lot of typical sheetrock boogers, where they kind of scratch the wall up. Big window. That's a big window. You can see here where they were trying to get furniture out. It really tore up the walls. Again, the carpeting on the stairs on the bottom side looks a little rough. Top one didn't look too bad. There is a little wood rot, I think, on this right here. Right there, looks like a little dinky bit of wood rot. Not that unusual. This is vinyl, so this is a vinyl. This is vinyl, so it shouldn't rot. Again, here's your, for the hurricane shutters. That's where your dryer's venting out. I don't see anything. This is a wood frame, but it looks like they replaced it. Little patio here. So overall, looks like it's in good shape. Doesn't have anything that jumps out that it's got a huge problem. The age range should be within the acceptable on electrical wiring and plumbing sort of scenario. So that age range doesn't really jump out and grab me that it's going to have massive like plumbing problems. The air conditioning system's a 2017, so that should be pretty good. The hot water heater looks newer, so I wouldn't anticipate that being a huge problem. Yeah, so copper. Looks like we got copper plumbing coming out of the walls. So guessing it's copper on the plumbing. So again, dirty, but not holes in the walls and, you know, totally unlivable. Your garage seal is probably letting some water come in, but obviously not too bad. So overall, got like a wood dauber nest or something right there, and then you got some cracking along where the sheetrock was done, but nothing crazy. So yeah, overall, I think it looks pretty good. If you guys have any questions, just let me know and we'll go from there. Feel free to give me a call after you see the video.